Yo, where's HG, man? Where's HG? He's late. Oh, wait, that's right. No, HG's working at the IFFO today. That's right.
Yeah, this water was pretty bad. It tasted like shit. Wow. Yeah, yikes. Let's go back into the studio. Matt.
Hey, HG.
I had this terrible water that was like... It was the worst, possibly, water I tested.
The worst water ever, huh?
Yeah.
Shit. Can I have some?
Do you want some? Here you go.
It's empty, bro.
So yeah, that water.
Alex G. Welcome to Culture Consider, episode 7, 8?
8.
Episode 8, the IFFO.
The IFFO episode. You could see that we both have IFFO stuff here.
We will be talking about the IFFO in this episode. What is the IFFO? What does IFFO stand for?
The International Film Festival of Ottawa.
Of Ottawa. Yes, it does. So, HG, why don't you tell the lovely viewers at home what we've been up to?
So, Matt, we got into this like very unique situation last month of putting our names onto anything that requires volunteering.
We were highly motivated volunteers.
We volunteered to a lot of places. Well, I mean, we didn't get callbacks, but
we have been doing a lot of volunteer work though.
Yeah.
Like CKCU.
I mean, that was an internship, but
still you're volunteering. Yeah. I'm volunteering for CPAC. Yeah. Nah, it's an internship. But we both volunteered for the IFFO.
And it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So we got to work together. So what is the IFFO? What is it exactly, besides the name?
So basically it's a festival that usually happens during March. It's like 1 week of like films. They play like international films. This year there was like a film from Spain. They were playing
French films. There was a film from Montreal, Montréal Ma Belle.
Montreal. They had films from everywhere, but it's like 20 films created by the programmers of the festival. But it was cool.
Like not creative, but like picked.
Created.
Yeah, curated. They picked. So it's just like TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival. And it went from March 11th to March 22nd, and me and Ajji got to volunteer. I've volunteered 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, you were like there for like a whole.
I was.
You were clocking in like it was your 9 to 5.
I was networking, and then we got to volunteer on the before last day together, which was very, very interesting. So basically, the IFFO, as HG said, they display a lot of movies, and it's a great way to network, meet interesting people. The directors usually show up. So me and HG, the businessmen that we are, what did we do our entire shift? That we were working together.
We were just talking.
we were yapping. We were yapsters.
And there was this nice lady.
Yes.
That was at the box office. Her name was Stephanie.
And she actually worked there. We were volunteering, but she actually did work there.
And sometimes we may talk a lot and we may make jokes. And like
we were not paying attention to who was in our surroundings. So she was listening to us as if we were a podcast,
like real life podcast.
And she was laughing at pretty much everything we were saying, which was pretty cool.
What's your favorite Blondie song?
Blondie. We were talking about Blondie, and she called us like 80 years old. She said, "What are you guys, 80 years old?" Or else we were talking about stage name, and I was like, "Oh, I need a stage name," and she's like, "Why do you need a stage name?" And I said, "Oh, because I'm gonna be famous, And then she started laughing. We were just being funny and all that. To the point where every time we did a shift, it would just be like 2 hours. Yeah. But we did so much during this shift because we were like joking, talking. We talked to like this movie was being promoted by the ambassador of Spain.
Yeah.
It had something to do with the ambassador of Spain because it was like a foreign film. So we were like talking to the ambassador of Spain, and I was asking him if I could be the ambassador of Quebec.
Unbelievable.
Quebec represent. And he said, you could be the ambassador of Canada if you want. And I said, haven't you heard the news? Quebec's gonna separate soon. And then he started going on about it, and we were just having fun. But yeah, we were, that's our networking,
And it was fun overall. Like we were just like what's it called? Ticket scanning.
Yeah, we were scanning
We
tickets.
were doing like Marty Supreme, like ticket scanning out there, like
He was practicing. He was working out to scan tickets,
And in our shift, we also interviewed one of the most important persons in the festival, which was the managing director, Kelly Neal.
Yeah.
And she gave us an overview about the event and how it is, because this event has been going on for like 6 years. I think it started during the pandemic. I think it was like that, if I remember, because it was like annual six.
I don't remember what she said. She definitely said that it bounced back since the pandemic. But yeah, so we got to interview her because this is another thing about the IFFO that's super wonderful is right now we have our volunteer passes, but you could get like, a weekly pass for all the movies, and you can also get a media pass to go see the movies for free, but you have to write about it. So I have a few friends that they run like blogs, volunteer. They're not getting paid for these blogs. They just do it for the love of the game. And because of that, IFFO actually personally invites them out to come watch their movies and talk about it. So you could also get a media badge, which is probably, in the future, maybe we'll get one.
Hopefully. I hope that we get a media pass because it was cool.
It was cool. So we have a few clips of Kelly explaining what the IFFO is,
So we started the International Film Festival of Ottawa right back in 2019, March 2019, right before the pandemic hit. So we had a full festival all planned out. We had Spike Lee, the filmmaker, was coming. And then all of a sudden we heard about this pandemic. And the next thing you know, we had to cancel the entire festival. But we started the festival because we wanted to make a festival. Like Ottawa didn't really have a real film festival with films, like this high profile films from around the world. And we thought, let's give this a go. Anyway, after we got shut down from the pandemic, we ran for a couple years online. And we started something as well called the Screen Summit, which was to help the local film production industry to grow, doing professional development, networking. We also have a full day it's a conference for film archiving and restoration. Lots of stuff going on. And we run it over the 2 weeks for the general public so people can come and enjoy it.
Well, after the IFFO, we were just it was very early, but we helped out an Algonquin journalist to get home as well.
That's right. So there's also the Youth Fringe Festival that was going on right beside. I don't really know what the Youth Fringe Festival is. I thought it was a French thing at first, but I don't think it is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But there was an Algonquin student. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Algonquin student at home.
Shout out to you, Algonquin journalist student, who made it home safely. I don't think because of us, but we followed him to his train. He was quite surprised when he realized we weren't getting on the train. We thought he wanted us to guide him, but yeah. So hopefully he made it home. Real quick, before we keep talking about what happened that night, I just want to talk about my different shifts of IFFO. Yeah. So we were always at the same place, the
OAG, the Ottawa Art Gallery.
Yeah.
Not the National Art Gallery. It's the Ottawa Art Gallery. Very different.
So that's where most of our shifts were. That's also where the career fair of that day was for the film industry. But I also did. Sometimes the IFFO goes to the Bytown Cinema, which is near Rideau, or sometimes they can go to the Mayfair. I was lucky enough to do a shift at the Mayfair, which is like this super cool independent cinema that I love going all the time. Catch me at the Mayfair.
I think you mentioned something about the Mayfair in the last episode.
I love the Mayfair. Who doesn't love the Mayfair?
Because that couch looks pretty comfortable. How often can you come to a movie theater and be able to sit in a couch?
That's the makeout couch. That's the couch where people don't watch movies.
Oh, great. All right.
Could we cut that clip right now? What was the Mayfair in the 80s? Hello?
What was the Mayfair in the 80s?
We don't talk about the
No,
80s.
don't search up Mayfair in the 80s.
To the 80s when it was a porno theater for 2 years.
Oh, no.
And, and now it's...
But so I got to work at the Mayfair, volunteer obviously, but I got to go behind, the booths, where employees usually are. So it was like, I thought it was pretty interesting. And the director, it was a director of a 1992 movie showing up to, introduce his film and then do a Q&A at the end.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember the name of it, but like I can put like a poster up. But I didn't watch this movie. This guy started off by saying, I'm gonna say something. This is gonna sound crazy.
What?
Okay, he said, listen, when I started off and I made this film, I didn't want to make like a pro-incest story, but some people interpret it that way, Pro-incest, bro. This is a love story in between a brother and a sister, from what I've read on the IMDb description, okay?
How many stars does it have on Letterboxd?
I do not know, but it's a very like color heavy film, like very inspired by like the German expressionists from back in the day, the movement from back in the day. But I thought that was very interesting. But yeah, his little opening speech was like, I was like, well, people want to be there. But I did not stick for the movie because I was tired. But now cutting back to our night, the next night, when we finished our shift, we were making her laugh and all that, Stephanie.
Yeah.
That she forgot to, take the badges back. So we kind of like still have them. But yeah, what else happened that night?
We just ended up at level 1.
What is level 1 now?
So level 1 is this like pub. It's not a pub. It's like a cool hangout place to play video games and eat food downtown. It's located on Waller Street near It's Rideau, Waller. There's like intersection, but like it opens up early and it goes throughout the night until like 2 a.m. And there's like Xbox, PS4. There's nearly every game that you could go and just chill there with your friends. For example, we were just like playing COD Zombies.
Yeah. Well, first we played some board games. We played Battleship. Do you remember Battleship?
I don't want to remember Battleship.
Yeah. Didn't I win?
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Battleship?
We don't talk about Battleship in this place.
And then we played Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3.
With our good friend Diego. Shout out to Diego.
Trying to do the Easter eggs.
And then, we just talked about the IFFO as well. But level 1.
Goated place.
Great first date place as well. Honestly, I think there was a bunch of people that were there on their first date. So yeah, it's very goated. Warm lighting. The food.
Oh yeah, we don't, guys. If you like this video, this podcast, and if it reaches like 7 likes, we would start a food thing
where we review the food.
Cause like
we tried their poutine at this restaurant. And Alex G, how did you explain it that exact night about the food?
Sandy.
Sandy. What was missing? What was missing from the food?
It felt like salt. It was too salty.
We had this poutine and it was not that good. Not good. The gravy was like.
It was good.
The gravy? I thought the gravy was like it had a weird texture. I was
hungry that night.
It wasn't even liquid. It was like kind of like. It didn't feel like liquid, bro.
I was hungry.
Bro was hungry.
I was hungry. I just had to devour if the fries were salty. I was hungry.
He was hungry, and then we invited our buddy Diego, who left.
He was as soon as he was with his partner, and like I shoot him a text. Yo, we were playing Black Ops 3. Immediately left and came over to level 1 to play some Black Ops 3. Like
He tells us, he's like, "Oh, I was watching a TV show, and I immediately left to come here," which was Aura.
that's a dedication. Like the Black Ops 3, Shadows of Evil. You gotta dedicate it.
It was a good way to end the night or end the IFFO because we weren't working the next day. The next day was officially the last day. But, she said during the interview as well that it was this year was the most successful year of IFFO.
Why could it be?
Huh?
Why could it be?
Why could it be the most successful?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because we were working.
We were working.
Because we were working.
We were working.
The people came for us. What you got there, Alex G?
I got a brisk lemonade.
The Brisk Lemonade. Alex G, can you tell us the famous Brisk Lemonade story that you were telling me earlier today?
So, this drink, I have some it's an addiction. Like, I don't want to throw Nirvana, the band, the film, the show reference right there, but this drink does miracles. Like, I don't know how I started drinking this, but like today I wanted to get lemonade, like brisk lemonade, and at Dollarama they have it, but I was like far, and so I went to a quickie. I went to find if they got like brisk lemonade. They had the normal brisk. Because like I went up to the store clerk and I was like, "Hey, do you have like any like brisk on like on plastic bottles?" And he was like, "No, but we have it in cans."
They actually say like, no.
No, he was like, "No, we got go look over there." So I went over there and like looked, and they just had a lot of like the normal and the grape brisk, or I think it was the blueberry, but not the lemonade.
They didn't have your lemonade?
So then I had to go to like walk and then go to actually Dollarama this time, and there was like aisles of like brisk lemonade. And like this is a goated drink. Like I hope like they don't discontinue this drink, because like this is like my go-to drink sometimes when I could find it, because like it's, I don't know, I don't see it that much.
The Brisk Lemonade?
Brisk lemonade.
Bro, my go-to drink is like, besides water,
Yeah, water is also my go-to drink, but
Coca-Cola is my go-to.
you should drink Diet Coca-Cola. It's good for you.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Bro, you giving us some ASMR?
Bro, it's so good.
Better than this water?
It's like, yeah, your water was terrible.
Oh, shit, man. Besides that, Alex G, is there anything else we can say?
So, in the recent news, Punch the Monkey now has a girlfriend.
Punch the monkey.
Punch the Monkey.
He recovered from getting pushed off that cliff?
Now he has a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah?
And I think the girlfriend's like older than him.
Oh,
Yeah.
like how much older?
I'm not sure, but like I saw the comments and they were like, "Oh, Punch's girlfriend is older than Punch."
Punch the monkey likes older girls.
And yeah, he was like defending her. There was some
seriously?
clips. Yeah,
There's clips?
there's some clips. Punch the Monkey's actually
What
he's built
about
different.
What about the IKEA monkey? No.
I'm sorry to say.
The switch up.
I think he's still there.
Oh, I hope he didn't switch up on his day one
His day one, the IKEA monkey.
for his girlfriend. Oh, do we know the name of the girlfriend?
I don't even know. We don't even know.
They're so secretive.
So secretive. We just know it's Punchy. Punch the Monkey.
Punchette.
Punchetta.
Punchetta. Well, as we celebrate young love, of Punch the Monkey and Punchetta, as we celebrate also the end of IFFO and hopefully the continuity of Brisk.
Could Brisk Lemonade, could Brisk sponsor us? Please, like,
Straight up asking, Brisk, we will volunteer for your company.
we would volunteer for your company. Actually, we would be ambassadors if it's possible.
The ambassador. Oh yeah. What if like the ambassador of Spain asked us like, "What are you guys doing?" We're like, "Oh, we're the ambassadors of Brisk."
You know, like we could please.
Oh, yeah.
we know Brisk sponsor.
Let me get this. Let me take off the Coca-Cola hat. Okay, now let's do it. Let's ask one last time.
Brisk, could
Brisk?
you please sponsor us, or could we actually be in one of your like commercials? I always see your TikToks or your Instagram posts that like how Brisk like they are always on my feed.
Me too, Brisk. Brisk, I've been a fan since day one. Please, Brisk, sponsor us. Also, IFFO. If the IFFO sees this video, you know, it was a lot of fun. We loved it. Tom, what's his name?
Tom McShirley.
Tom McShirley, who is like the head honcho.
McShorley.
McShorley? Sorry, Tom. I definitely said hi to you, but Tom McShorley, who's the head honcho, who actually used to be a teacher at Carleton University. He's definitely working it. You know, he's got it going.
Mm-hmm.
Now the next event that they'll be hosting is the Animation Festival in September. But yeah, IFFO.
I remember a comment you did.
What?
What was your thoughts on career fairs?
Oh. I said this to Stephanie as well. I just started laughing. I said earlier that day it was the career fair where a bunch of like film companies showed up in Ottawa, and I told Stephanie and Alex G. I said, is it? I don't even know if I should say this. I said, is a career fair just a gathering of a bunch of unemployed people? And I can't even joke, okay? Because I'm doing an internship, okay? So I'm not even making any money, okay? I'm doing an internship and I'm volunteering. So I'm not even saying that to just. But yeah, I was there with like 5 people and we were all unemployed. So maybe a career fair is just an unemployment gathering.
But a job fair is where there's actually jobs.
A job, yeah. Is that what she said? She said a career fair is where they like display, you know, you could do this, you could do that. But a job fair is where companies are actually looking for people.
Yeah.
Because at this career fair, they were not really looking for people. I talked to a few companies. They're like, yeah, we're not really hiring right now. You know, so it's like, okay. Besides that, my man.
This was Culture Considered.
This was Culture Consider. Follow us on our socials.
And on our Instagram.
On our Instagram.
Our personal Instagram.
Shout outs. Who are we shouting out?
IFFO.
Shout out to the International Film Festival of Ottawa.
Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie. Kelly.
Kelly as well.
Tom. Shout out to Tom.
The ambassador of Spain.
Shout out to the ambassador of Spain. Yes.
Brisk Lemonade.
Shout out to Brisk Lemonade. Shout out to Diego.
Shout out to Diego for being there.
And shout out to the viewers at home. You know, you are loved.
I was Alex Gonzales.
And I'm Matthew Grieve.
This was Culture Considered.
Yo, it smells like shit, bro. That could be the outro. Wicked cool outro. That was good, man. That felt natural.